Okay, this is something else I did on the first day of school.
那在开学第一天呢，我还会做一些别的事情。
Good teachers teach manners and the golden rule.
好老师一定会教他们礼貌跟黄金律。
Now, I should explain that I did not do the manners and golden rule thing in my early days of teaching.
可是我要先跟你讲一下啊，我在早期教书的过程当中呢，是没有教他们这些礼貌黄金律的问题。
That was back in the middle 1960s.
因为我刚开始教书是1960年代的初期，所以是民国50几年的时候。
And almost all of my students were very, very polite.
那个时候几乎每一个学生都是非常非常礼貌的。
They had been taught manners at home.
在家里面，家长就教他们礼貌了。
And they brought those good manners to school.
也把这好礼貌带到学校来。
And there was no need for me to teach them something that they were doing so well at.
他们已经做得这么好，没有道理让我再教他们了。
But times have changed.
但时代改变了。
Okay. Horace Mann, again, the father of public education in the United States.
克里斯曼再一次就是美国公共教育之父。
Manners easily and rapidly mature into morals.
礼貌能够很容易快速的成熟，成为道德。
So the question is, have manners and morals declined since the 1980s?
所以问题就是，从民国70年代开始，有没有发现道德跟礼貌开始式微了呢？
When I'm in my own country or I go to another country,
不管在我自己国家或在别的国家，
almost everybody answers this question, yes.
几乎所有人对这个问题的答案都是是的。
So the challenge for teachers then is to do something about it in a positive way.
而老师们面对的挑战是，怎么样用正面的方式处理这个问题。
This is the cover of a United States weekly news magazine.
这是在美国一个周刊上面的一个封面。
And the cover story was called In Your Face.
它的封面故事讲的就是冲你的面。
That's an expression we use when you get up close to somebody and are rude to that person.
这种表达呢，是讲你仅仅冲着一个人的面上非常无理的讲话的一种用词。
And the subtitle is Whatever Happened to Good Manners?
下面的副标是好礼貌到哪儿去了？
Here's another one from a different weekly news magazine.
而这是另外一份周刊的封面，
It's called Dirty Words,
讲的就是脏话。
America's Foul-Mouthed Pop Culture.
讲的是美国流行文化当中的脏话。
And it's a cover story about how much filthy language there is just going around all the time.
它的封面故事讲的就是在我们流行文化当中有多少这种粗俗不堪的话语在流传。
And as you'll see later when I talk about the power of words,
后面我会讲到言辞能力的部分。
when people use filthy, angry words a lot,
当人们常常运用这种愤怒、污秽的字眼，
it changes the atmosphere in a negative way.
它会变成负面，影响我们的氛围，
It poisons the atmosphere.
它会毒害我们的空气。
Okay. Question: Do kids do rude things?
这里的问题，孩子会做粗鲁无礼的事吗？
Everybody so far answers yes.
到目前为止，我听到答案都是是的。
In fact, I could ask, do adults do rude things?
实际上，我可以问大人会不会做这种粗鲁无礼的事儿？
Answer is also yes.
答案也是是。
But our responsibility is with the kids.
但我们的责任是面对孩子们。
And we want to help them understand that having good manners is no different than having good social skills.
那我们希望帮助他们明白，你有好的礼貌，就跟有好的社交技巧是一样重要的。
Here's a question for us to ask ourselves.
而接下来这个问题呢，就是我们自己要自问的了。
When kids are being rude, do they know they're being rude?
当孩子做这些粗鲁无礼的事，他们知道这是粗鲁无礼的吗？
I think most of the time they don't even know they're being rude.
我觉得大部分的时候，他们根本不知道自己是粗鲁无礼的，
They're doing what many other people are doing.
因为他们做就跟别人很多人在做的一样嘛。
They're doing what their friends are doing.
他们的朋友都这样做啊，
They're doing what they see on TV and movies.
他们在电视、电影上看到都是这种事啊，
They're doing what famous celebrities do.
看到那些有名的明星也都做这样的事儿。
So it's our job, again, to help them understand the importance of good social skills.
因此，再一次就是我们的责任，帮助他们明白有良好社交技巧的重要。
I want to give you a simple example of good manners in the 1960s and 70s and bad manners in the 1980s and beyond.
那我希望给大家简单的例子看看啊，在民国50、60年代那个时候好的礼貌情况怎么样？可是70年代以后那些粗鲁无礼的行为是怎么样的？
I was a teacher that handed out a lot of papers.
我这个老师很喜欢发讲义给学生，
I didn't really like textbooks.
因为老师讲我不太喜欢课本，
I thought they were boring.
我觉得课本超无聊，
And so did the kids.
孩子也这样觉得。
And they weren't written for kids. They were written for scholars or something like that.
这些课本都不是为学生写的，都是为那些学者们写的。
And I understood why kids didn't like them.
所以我了解孩子为什么不喜欢课本。
I wanted to give them materials that were easier to read and understand,
我希望给他们一些教材，是他们容易读而且容易明白的，
and that they would learn more from.
让他们能够有更好的学习呀、
So because I handed a lot of them out, I numbered all of them.
就因为很多讲义每一页都有编号，
So let me give you an example of what would happen at the beginning of a typical class.
所以呢，一般上课一开头我会怎么做？我给大家示范一下。
After I greeted them at the door,
当我在门口问候完他们之后呢，
and we did another little positive thing before class started.
上课之前再做另外一个正面的事儿，
I'll talk about that later.
那个我们后面再讲啊。
I said, would everybody please take your binder out?
好，每一个人拿出你的讲义夹出来，
Go to the last page.
看到最后一页，
You should all be up to page 14 by
你们
today.
应该到今天都拿到第14页讲义了。
So let's say a student was absent yesterday.
如果假设有一个同学昨天请假，
He didn't get 14 when I handed it out yesterday.
我发14页的时候，他昨天没有拿到嘛。
So the first thing he would do was raise his hand.
第一个呢，这个学生会先举手起来，
And I would call on him.
我就叫他起来。
And he said, Mr. Urban, I'm missing page 14.
他就说：“沃本老师，14页我没有，
May I please have it?
可以麻烦你给我一份吗
And I would say, you sure can.？”
我说：“当然可以啊。
I would hand it to him. ”
我就把它拿给他，
He would say, thank you, Mr. Urban.
他会跟我讲：“老师，谢谢你。
And I would say, you're welcome. ”
我会跟他讲：“不客气。
We call that common courtesy. ”
那个就是一般的礼节。
In my country, common courtesy is not so common anymore.
可是，在我国家，所谓一般礼节已经很难在一般场合见到了。
If I was still teaching today and didn't say anything about this,
如果我今天还在教书，而且从没跟学生提过这个的话，
I say, please open your binder to the last page.
我就会跟学生讲：“请把讲义夹打开到最后一页，
We're up to page 14.
现在应该在14页。
A student doesn't have page 14.
没拿到14页的学生，
He does not raise his hand.
手也是不会举的啊，
He does not say, may I please have.
也不会问我说可以麻烦你。
He says, I need page
学
14.
生说：“哎，我需要第14页。
Very, very different than saying, may I please have page 14. ”
这种跟前面讲说可以麻烦你给我，差别太大了，
It's rude,
很粗鲁，
disrespectful,
很不尊重人，
demanding,
是命令口气，
and demeaning to me.
甚至是贬低我的。
And we can't allow students to talk to us like that.
我们不可以容许学生这样对我们说话。
But I'm not going to get angry at that student for doing that.
但学生这样做，我是不会生气。